This week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast. I don't know if IT realizes what's going on. IT was just recently in an interview where he said, you know, I can't wait till I get back on the floor. I'm going to be back to averaging 30 a game. I don't know that you're going to be averaging on 30 a game, IT.
I think he would be around the 25-point mark. Isaiah Thomas. I think
don't.
You don't?
No.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we grinning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind.
Yo, what's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land. In all the land. We back with a brand new episode, man. We took care of all the last week for you. We're going to take care of you right here today. We're going to give you the real deal. This happens to be the first time you are watching or listening to the show. I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of KSpadeTheProspect.
And I'm your boy LaParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade. Let me start the show off, Spade. I gotta let them know. Look, Spade. I just want to let people know, regardless which side you on, whether you with the protest or against the protest, you know, I'm pretty sure I know where my brother stand. I'm pretty sure he knows where I stand on it. We ain't here for that. I'm tired of every time I turn on, you know, these other media outlets, everybody's talking about it, whether they agree or disagree. We here to talk some sports. It's been a great sports week. A lot of things happen. So if you're tired of that, and I'm not saying we're never going to talk about it again. We're going to talk about it when we feel the need to talk about it. It don't have to be we do a weekly show, Spade. They talk about it every day. So I'm pretty sure people tired of hearing that. When we feel the need to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But today, we got sports. Today, top fives come back. We got y'all. So come join Strong Arm Sports. We got a great show for you guys today, Spade. I want to start in the NBA where a lot of things happen. You good with that?
I mean, we talking about the NBA again? Let's get it.
Oh, Lord. Spade, if you didn't know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you knew, but if you didn't know, the NBA is on its way back. We got preseason games tonight. We got preseason games tonight. So it's on the way. And that's why top fives are back, by the way. But, Spade, I want to start off with, let's take it to Chicago.
All right.
The Chicago Bulls decided to buy out Dwayne Wade. They bought out Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade cleared waivers, and Dwayne Wade didn't go to Miami.
Yep.
Didn't go back to Miami. Didn't go to Wade County. That's what they call them.
Yep.
Wade County down there. Didn't go back to Wade County. It was reports maybe the Spurs. He didn't go to the Spurs.
Nope.
Dwayne Wade went to the Cleveland Cavaliers to rejoin LeBron James. They linking back up. They got the band back together again. Spade.
Yep.
Dwayne Wade bought out by the Bulls. Signs with the Cavs. Talk to your boy. You like the move?
Yeah. I mean,
wait, before you go, Spade. Before you go, let me also say this. J.R. Smith also came out and said that he has no problem coming off the bench. He's not going to get into a big measuring contest with Dwayne Wade. He said he has no problem coming off the bench. So now go, Spade. Now go.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we got a chance to talk about it on last week's show, but LaParis, you and I definitely spoke about it off camera. I had a couple of live streams where people would jump in and say, Spade, what do you think is going to happen with Wade? And I told anybody who asked, I honestly felt like the best place for Wade was Cleveland. And I know as a Miami Heat fan, everybody looking at me sideways like, what? But you got to think about it. With everything that Wade did for the Miami franchise, the city of Miami, the state of Florida, hell, the whole state of Florida, to ask Wade to come back and come off the bench, it would have been beneath Wade. I can't see him being okay with that. But at the same time, the new relationship that we got with Dion Waiters, it would have been disrespectful to Waiters to ask Waiters to come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't feel like it would have worked there. I don't even know why the Spurs. I feel like, honestly, the whole Spurs being I felt like that was a smokescreen. Let's face it, we already knew when he got bought out. I felt like we all knew where he was going. Cleveland was one of the few teams that Wade could go in and instantly start on. And I'm not saying that Wade ain't still got some juice. He still got some juice. But, I mean, Wade is...
he averaged 18 for us. 18 points in the league ain't too shabby.
No, it's definitely not. Now, you guys are terrible. So let me go ahead and say that. Chicago's terrible. Okay? So, I mean, let's go ahead and let's be honest right there.
Hey, if we keep it at a bean, though, Wade could have definitely went down to Miami and started, and you could have kept Waiters, and you could have put Winslow ass to the bench. And he could have started at one, vice versa, 2 or 3. vice versa. Either Wade is at the 3, Wade at the 2, or Wade is at the 2, Wade at the 3. I mean,
yeah.
If you're keeping it a bean.
Yeah, I don't know about Dion as a wing. I don't know about either one of those guys as a 3. Probably could have made it work. It wouldn't have worked as well. You already know how I feel about Winslow. Winslow this year, man, if that jumper ain't falling, I'm about ready to control, alt, delete this experiment. But anyway, let me stay on task. I really felt like this was a good move for Wade because, for one, it reunites him with his boy LeBron James, which we all felt like it was a chance. You know, they had already became teammates down in Miami. After Wade was out in Miami, a lot of people felt like that first stop was going to be Cleveland. He just took a little pit stop in Chicago to get his bag right, to get that check right. They did that. They bought him out. Now, at this point, he's getting his money from Chicago. Now, contract's not an issue. Money's not an issue. And he really could sign for the league minimum anyway if he wanted to. So, of course, it didn't take a whole lot of money. He's only getting like $2.2 or $2.3 million in this one-year deal with the Cavs. You reunite him with LeBron. He's going to start. It don't even matter, like JR saying that he ain't got a problem going to the bench. It don't matter if he got a problem or not. It reminds me of something that the homie Nate said. LeBron has the power to make his team like his friends, like his circle. You know what I'm saying? The last thing, look, LeBron just got his homeboy on the team. If you J.R. Smith or anybody else, the last thing you want to do is butt heads with Wade, because you know what that's going to get you? Shipped the hell up out of there. It's going to get you shipped up out of there. Look, let me tell you something about Earl. Earl ain't no fool, man. He know Brian and Wade, homies. You go ahead and concede that, and you get a chance to just be a part of that team that's probably going back to the finals again. The only thing I want to say about it is Wade said he want to end his career. He said he still see a chance of him ending his career in Miami. Wade, I think we at the end of your career, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. He did score 18 a game last year. He definitely looked good. He was shooting threes. I was tight about that. But I feel like if you telling yourself he ain't at the end of his career, you lying to yourself. He might have another year or two. He only got a 1-year deal from the Cavs. Next year, I don't see it being any easier for him to come off the bench for Miami. So unless he's talking about that situation where you retire and you do that 1-day contract with a team and then you retire as a member of that team, I don't see him coming back to Miami. Sorry, Heat fans. It ain't going to happen.
I think Wade could be talking about that swan song. Maybe not even play. Just be... You know, remember how Kobe played the game here and there? Kobe would take... I think he meant that, like going back to Miami, that type of situation. But as far as Wade with the Cavs, man, you look at the Cavs, they have a lot of depth now.
They do.
And
veterans.
And I mean, they definitely got tougher. Like, you add Jay Crowder. I don't care how Boston fans feel about Jay Crowder. That dude is a rugged player, man. Like, he gets in your face. He hits the floor. He dives on the ground. You got to appreciate Jay Crowder aspect, you know, of the game that he brings. Then you figure Isaiah Thomas, when he come back, he'll be starting. You already know they're gonna play good team defense. So if Boston did a good job hiding Isaiah Thomas, the way the Cavs, I mean, and I know the defense, they had defensive issues last year, but a lot of people are reporting that's because Kyrie ain't want to play no defense. You add Wade, he's tenacious, he's a tenacious defender, not the same way when he was young Wade, but he's still a tenacious defender. He gets after it. You add Jay Crowder to that team. You got Big TT in the middle. You got Bron. I mean, Bron, he gonna, for any deficiency any player has, LeBron picks up. You know what I mean? He can pick up the slack. So if Isaiah Thomas gets beat off the dribble, you better believe Bron is coming from the weak side to block that shot. So I definitely think the Cavs got a lot better, especially from last year. I still don't think they have enough to compete with the Warriors. I hope I'm wrong, because I don't want to see the Warriors win another one.
I don't know. They got some depth, serious depth.
I like the team. I like the team, but I definitely think picking up Wade definitely helps them. It definitely gets them better. And I don't even think, you know, with all the depth, they still got Korver, they got JR. If I'm not mistaken, they still got Iman.
Yep.
So if you want to be like, you know what, Wade gets a little banged up early in the season, you don't got to play Wade that many minutes. It's the regular season. You want Wade for the playoffs. That's when you want Wade.
Absolutely.
You want Wade for the playoffs. So if Wade giving you 15 or 20 minutes a game during the season, that's fine. Because you're going to want Wade for 28, 29 minutes during the playoffs. That's when you're going to want Wade. So I love the move for the Cavs. Chicago spent a heap, as you say, Spade, a heap of money to get Wade up out of there. I'm glad we bought him out, because if we want to go young, there's no reason to keep Wade on the roster if you're just going to go young and allegedly, I'm doing quote fingers over here, tank but compete, because now, you know, the NBA got new rules now, so it's supposed to stop tanking, but I still don't think it stopped tanking. But anyway, I like the move for the Cavs, and I can't wait to see how good this team is, and hopefully they're able to compete with the Warriors, because I'm tired of the Warriors. Tired of them.
Right. I think this is probably... I think it's probably going to be one of the best Cavs teams we've seen, and that's no shade to Kyrie. Like, Kyrie's an excellent scorer, and I don't feel like you necessarily get that scoring from Rose, and maybe not even IT, but the combo of them. Rose is another guy that averaged 18 a game last year on a bad Knicks team that was still trying to force the triangle offense on its players. So the only thing that's concerning to me is I keep hearing IT. I don't know if IT realizes what's going on. IT was just recently in an interview where he said, you know, I can't wait till I get back on the floor. I'm going to be back to averaging 30 a game. I don't know that you're going to be averaging on 30 a game, IT. Like, this ain't Boston, and you ain't the man out here, bro. I think when you get back, you better be concerned about getting your starting job back from Derrick Rose, because I don't think Derrick Rose is ready to concede that position whatsoever. That dude going to be balling.
Let me ask you, bro. Now, You don't think Bron and them want Isaiah Thomas scoring? I mean, Kyrie averaged almost 30 last year. What he averaged? 20-something points. I'm not saying 30, but I think he would be around the 25-point mark. Isaiah Thomas. I think you don't?
No.
What you think he's gonna be around? Like 18?
18 to 20. Which ain't bad. That ain't bad. But I keep hearing, this is my second time hearing IT say he gonna be putting up 30 a game. No, the hell you ain't, Isaiah. No, you not. No, you not, bro. You're not finna come back and be the first scoring option on that squad. And even though IT is a great scorer, and Brian, at the end of the day, Brian wants to win first. I will admit that. But if you think Brian ain't gonna be making sure his boy D Wade gets some buckets, you think Brian want his boy D Wade to come back and look like a hindrance? I don't know, man. I'm not sure that IT knows what he's walking into. I could be wrong. This is something to keep an eye on throughout the season, though. We will revisit this later.
Yeah, we definitely will talk about this later. I just think, Spade, if I'm Bron, we know Bron he's going to get his. He's going to get his.
Yeah.
But he want to facilitate too, man. And if Isaiah Thomas is able to knock down shots and he can kind of carry the load to take some of the pressure off of LeBron and Wade and keep them, when I say rested, I don't mean literally take games off. I mean, like the fourth quarter, they could take some time off and be like, Isaiah, go. Yeah. I think he could still be around the 25. I don't think he getting 29, 30 points a game. I don't think he's going to have no 40, 50-point explosions. I could be wrong, but I don't see that. But I think he could be around the 24, 25-point mark, because I think LeBron and them is smart enough to be like, you know what, we're a little older. Isaiah Thomas is a little older too, and we got to see how he bounced back with that hip injury. A lot of people are worried about that hip. I ain't saying it's the Bo Jackson.
He ain't even slated to be back to right around the All-Star break. So, I mean, I don't know I don't know whether or not this injury is going to allow him to, like, work out, you know what I'm saying, in the way that he needs to. But you got to wonder, when he do get back out there, is it going to be any rust? Is it going to be any chemistry issue? And it may not be. He may hit the ground running. But I ain't ready to bet my money that this guy going to be putting up anywhere near 30 a game. I really want to stay around that 19 range, because I think Rose is going to, like, even when IT come back, a lot of times when you come back off of that type of injury, you come back on minute restrictions. So they still going to need a lot of Rose. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. I'm league passing it up. I'm league passing it up.
Facts. All right, man. Since we in the NBA, we got to talk about the Brody. We got to talk about one of LaParis' favorite players. I like him too, but I mean, I got to admit, I was my favorite player. I was a little salty with him because he kind of screwed my favorite player out of a MVP trophy. But I'm talking about Russell Westbrook, man. I told you guys on this very show. Matter of fact, I hate to be that guy to toot my own horn, but once again, toot. I remember me and LaParis having a conversation right after Durant left, and LaParis said they don't even know if they're going to lose Westbrook. And I said, I honestly think the best thing for them keeping Westbrook was Durant leaving, because Westbrook got a chance to see this whole area turn its back on Kevin Durant. I told you how they was going on, firing Kevin Durant restaurant up. Like, that whole area hated Kevin Durant, and I think Russ got a chance to see, like, if it didn't go that way, Russ probably would have been out. But Russ got a chance to see how those people hurt how they felt after KD bolted, and I really felt like Russ wasn't leaving. Then I also told you guys here on this very show that I felt like the team bought in to allow Russ to chase triple doubles in that let's keep Russ happy type of mentality, and I felt like Russ was going nowhere and it was just solidified. So if you guys didn't know, Russell Westbrook just inked a 5-year extension with the Thunder for $205 million. The extension thing is crazy because James Harden just inked an extension that was the biggest we'd ever seen, and now I believe this is the biggest we've ever seen, right? Am I right? Yep. Okay, yep. So what teams are doing is, look, we ain't even gotta wait and do no free agency thing. Like, you already got a contract with us. You got a few more years on your contract. We want to throw some more years on top of that, and they locking their stars up for a long time. This pretty much solidifies the fact that Russell Westbrook is going to be a member of the OKC Thunder for his entire career. If he does go somewhere later, it'll be one of those Karl Malone with the Lakers things that really don't matter. So, Lopez, I'm going to throw it to you. How you feel about Russ, him inking this extension with OKC?
I love Russ getting broke off. I think he earned it. Let me start there. I think Russell Westbrook is one of the, I don't want to say one of the few because I feel like everybody play hard. But when you go see Westbrook, you know you're going to get 110% of Westbrook. Absolutely. He going to give you his all. Now it always don't look pretty, and it's going to be a couple 10 or 32 games.
Yeah,
it's going to be a couple of those games. But defensively, he's going to bring it. Offensively, he's going to bring it. He's going to bring you electrifying plays. He's going to bring you passion. He's going to bring you excitement. And I just think you cannot pay enough for that. Like, with what Westbrook probably brings to OKC, that extension probably still isn't enough.
Wow.
But I seen people in the comment section, Spade, and they was like, Westbrook just ruined his career because he signed this extension. Let's be honest. OKC won't overtake the Warriors. They won't overtake the Warriors. He should have went somewhere else. Where can Westbrook go aside from teaming up maybe with James Harden or maybe the Spurs with Kawhi, where Westbrook can still get paid and be able to compete with the Warriors? Like, if that's it, I mean, people was just like, I don't know, Spade. Like, the way I was feeling, people were saying Westbrook ruined his career because he signed the extension. But I don't know where they want Westbrook to go.
I disagree with that.
Westbrook wanted to go to the Lakers, but they got Lonzo Ball, so that's not happening unless they move Westbrook to the 2. Like, that's not happening. So I just don't know what it was. It wasn't like one person either. There was a ton of comments that were saying, "Oh, he ruined his career. That was stupid. He shouldn't have signed. He should have." Move like he should have followed Kevin Durant and left OKC. But let me ask you something, Spade. I want to get your thoughts on Westbrook, but I also want to get your thoughts. Do you think Westbrook signed the extension because he know maybe Paul George and Melo was like, you know what, we're going to be here for X amount of years, maybe not as long as Westbrook, but maybe they say, you know what, next year or the year after, you got us. And Westbrook was like, you know what, if I got them for 3 years, I'll sign the 5-year joint. Do you think Paul George and Melo play any part in Westbrook signing his extension?
0%. I don't think Russ give a damn if Paul George is there, if Paul Williams is there, if Paul Bunyan is there. Russ going to show up for 82 games. He going to give you 110%. I honestly don't think Russ gives a damn. You could replace every other person on that team, and I think Russ is going to give his heart to Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't think it's a bad re-signing. We sit here and criticize these athletes for chasing rings or for chasing check. They really can't. The athletes can't win. If they chase a check like Melo did, they get bashed. If they chase a ring like Kevin Durant did, they get bashed. They can't win. So he's in a situation where that place loves him, man. Let me tell you, he's the best thing that happened to Oklahoma City. That's no shade to Kevin Durant, but Russell Westbrook is the best thing that happened to that area. And I don't think, if anything, I think his passion to that place in reverse. Instead of Melo and Paul George influencing him to stay, I think his passion to that area might influence them to stay on the flip side. And as far as people saying he ruined his career, he should have went elsewhere, let's keep it a stack. First of all, that team, they are a threat to OKC, to Golden State, simply because of Russ and whoever else they got out there. I think they are a legitimate threat. Do I think they're a better team right now? I don't. They're going to have to spend some time together. They're going to have to jail. But It's no other team you can put Westbrook on where he's a threat to the Warriors except for the Cavaliers. That's the only other team in the league where he could join and instantly be a threat to the Warriors. So if that's the case, I mean, I don't think the Cavs was looking. So yeah, I definitely think he did the right thing. And you said it was a lot of people saying that. That just goes to prove what you and I say. A lot of times, a lot of people are idiots.
That's true. You know, Westbrook is my favorite. He's my favorite, definitely my favorite player to watch in the NBA. But he's my favorite player. I think his extension is well deserved. I think he earned every cent, every penny. And I'm happy for my boy. I can't wait to watch him play this year. Ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Before we move on, I want to know how the fans think, because I want to see if anybody going to write in the comment section, you know what? I feel this was a bad move for Westbrook. Just don't be like, this was a bad move for Westbrook. Say, this was a bad move for Westbrook, and tell us why, so we can respond. Like, it was a ton of people saying Westbrook ruined his career. I'm like, why? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
but let's move on, bro.
Change my mind. Yeah, go ahead.
If you guys didn't know, the feds is back in college sports again. If you guys didn't know, the FBI done filed indictments on assistant coaches, Adidas. It's just a complete cluster. You know the word. It's just a complete mess. It's a complete mess. And Rick Pitino has been let go from his duties from Louisville. Chuck Person is in trouble from Auburn. It's been reports, but I want to read something on this show. Give me a minute to pull it up.
Okay.
If you guys didn't know, Adidas, all this is surrounding Adidas. And give me a minute, Spade.
Yeah, you good. While you looking that up, also, I read a little article that said that the coaching staff at Miami informed people that they, like, surrounding one player. I don't think the player was named, at least in the article I read. He wasn't named, but they don't expect that they are in any trouble, but the feds want to talk to coaching staff in Miami too. You know, the feds want to talk.
Listen to this, Spade. So Paul Johnson, the head football coach of Georgia Tech University,
right? When
the FBI and college football stuff broke, Paul Johnson said, "For once in my life, I'm glad we're with Russell Athletics." Now, if you guys didn't know, in a couple of years, Georgia Tech will be wearing Adidas apparel. So I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe not now.
Maybe not. But Paul Johnson said, "For once in my life, I am happy that we're with Russell Athletic." It say that the Yellow Jackets are leaving Russell Athletics for Adidas in 2018, and that Georgia Tech, you know, Russell Athletics is one of those apparel companies. They ain't really popping no more. But if you was a little kid around probably our age, you know, you had Russell Athletic gloves and shorts. Russell Athletics kind of had it. And I think Georgia Tech is one of the few schools that still use Russell Athletics. But Adidas, you know, because all these schools, teams like Oregon have all these colorways with uniforms. Adidas told Georgia Tech that they can make them these jerseys, and it can help with recruiting. So Georgia Tech decided to switch. Now, it's been reports saying from other college coaches asking questions, just hypothetical questions. Why do you think the #1 prospect from over here is going all the way to Oregon? Basically implying that it's been some kickbacks of upwards to in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that have these certain players signing with certain schools, like in this case Adidas. Adidas was paying prospects and guys from AAU teams to sign with schools from Adidas that wore Adidas apparels in hopes that they make it to the NBA and they will sign lucrative shoe deals with them when they sign with the NBA. It's just a mess. Rick Pitino was out. This wasn't even like a single allegation that Rick Pitino has been in so many different situations as a head coach. He's right up there with Bobby Petrino and Art Browse down there in Baylor. It's just a mess. And Spade, the question I want to ask, Spade, one, what do you think about this FBI thing? Should the FBI be using their resources for this? And two, do we see Rick Pitino getting another gig?
Let me say this, and this probably won't be the popular answer, but it's all right. It's a strong arm sports, bro. We don't necessarily try to give the politically correct answer or the popular answer. You know, to me, when I heard how much firepower they were saying that this was like a multi-year investigation full of wiretaps and look, we're talking about government resources. This shit ain't cheap. This ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like using a shotgun to kill a fly. Like, it's a lot of power. It's a lot of resources on college sports. And then I bring it full circle to this. You got all these idiots saying, and I know we said we ain't really getting into the whole national anthem thing, and we not. But you got all these idiots saying, I want these athletes to only care about sports and stop bringing politics and all that other stuff into sports. Sports should stand aside. Then on the next leg, we turn around and we use the federal government. I ain't talking about your local PD. I ain't talking about your little deputy with one bullet in his shirt pocket. I'm talking the federales. The feds are investigating college sports. And to me, it's crazy. As far as whether or not Rick Pitino will get another gig, man, like you said, Rick, this ain't Rick's first rodeo, man. This ain't his first rodeo. Rick stay with a little bit of dirt up on his fingernails, and Rick ain't the only one. Rick just do a bad job of covering his trail. Rick keep getting caught. And I think he'll be back, man, because at the end of the day, you want a collegiate coach who got a little bit of dirt up on his fingernails, because that's what I feel like it takes to build a program. Now, if you already got a big name program, that ain't necessary. But if you're trying to build a program, it's going to take a little bit of dirt up under your fingernails. And then also, I think Rick Pitino's a hell of a coach. I think he's a good coach. So he'll be back.
Crazy thing is, Spade, I agree with you, because I heard people saying they think this is it for Rick Pitino, and they were saying that they don't see him getting another job in coaching. Let me tell you something. If running a brothel at your school don't get you the boot, but this do, I think Rick Pitino will be back like he never left. Now, it might not be a prestigious school like a Louisville. It might be some old.
He gonna have to start low. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's still gonna be D1. I think. It's like 100 and something schools in D1. Yep. I definitely think he will have a D1 job.
Yep,
I do.
Look, man.
I do, but it might be some sand. You know, I'm just making some school. I don't even know if this is a school. It might be some Sand Valley State school. Yep. But I think Rick Pitino will be right back.
And you know what? Right back. He gonna dominate whatever conference you put him in.
You ain't lying.
Let me tell you something.
You ain't lying.
We live in a country where a cop can use excessive force over and over and over again until finally somebody get video of him doing it, and he'll be out of a job. And they'll try their best to sweep it up under the rug. You'll never hear anything about him. And you just get curious one day and go, whatever happened to that old crooked-ass cop? And you type his name in Google, you find out he a cop somewhere on the other side of the country. Rick will be back. He'll be back.
He would definitely be back.
Yes, sir. Since we're talking about college sports, I want to transition into something. I don't want to talk college sports. I want to talk pro football, but it just made me think about it because this guy right here, allegedly, when he was in college, you know, college he went to allegedly had to pay for his services. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what they say. But let's transition over to the NFL. Let's talk about Cam Newton, the Carolina Panthers. I ain't got a name on this, and this bothers me. I don't usually like to bring you guys stories when I can't tag it to somebody's name. I don't like saying I got sauces. But basically, we got team officials from the Carolina Panthers saying that they fear that Cam Newton's body is breaking down, bro. Like, Cam's still fairly young. How many years in the league you think, Cam? 5, 6 years, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe a little longer than that. Keep talking.
A little longer than that? Okay. So they fear that Cam's body is breaking down, and what they're saying is the whole thing with them changing the offense and trying to get Cam to get rid of the ball faster, and it's not necessarily because they don't like the offense they running up. It's because they feel like Cam's body is breaking down on him. And I don't know if this stuff is true or not, but I know that myself as well as LeParis, we've been real critical of the way Cam Newton's been playing as of late. Last season, starting after that Super Bowl year, to me, Cam has looked uninspired. One of my favorite things about Cam Newton watching him play was how it looked like he genuinely enjoyed what he was doing. I know it's a job. I know they're compensated to be out there. I know they get compensated well. That don't mean that, you know, they should be enthusiastic about it. Some of us got great jobs, so we make great money. We hate when that alarm clock go off every damn morning. We hate it. So to see Cam get up and dance after the first day, everybody was like, oh, I hate this guy. But I'm like, yo, he one of the few folks out there who look like he enjoys it. Cam ain't really looking like he's enjoying it like that anymore. And I was like, I don't know if Cam is losing his love for the game, but maybe it's something to it. If this dude's body is breaking down, and we've seen Cam take some of the most ferocious hits in the last probably 5 or 6 seasons. Like, Cam gets destroyed back there. The only person I've seen take a worse beating than Cam Newton is RG3. RG3, every time he get hit, it looked like the defensive player hate his guts. Like, they ain't just trying to get him down. They trying to destroy these guys.
You gotta add David Carr to that list too.
David Carr,
when he just got like, he took like 70 sacks in one season.
And it wasn't just like pulling them down sacks. It's like, I'm gonna run through this guy's sacks. So, man, you know, LeParris, I don't know how you feel about this,
bro. You've been in the league for 7 years, bro.
7 years, yeah. Time flies. Sheesh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I still kind of feel like it's a little too soon. We're talking about Cam Newton body breaking down after 7 years, and Tom Brady been in the league for at least 32. I know he's been in the league for 32 years. But no, seriously, man, I don't know if this stuff is true. And like I said, I can't tag it to a name, but how do you feel about that news?
First and foremost, let me tell you something. When Cam played the Saints last show, I said, you want to get your quarterback right, you play the Saints. Play the Saints. And I said, if Cam Newton don't show up and play this game, and I don't necessarily mean throw for 400, 300 yards, and I just want the Saints defense is bad.
Yeah.
The Saints defense is bad. I wanted to see a better game from Cam. And I know people want to say the offensive line. The offensive line was trash last year. It's still trash, but it's better trash. So it's like recycled trash. I mean, I guess good trash would be recyclable trash, I guess. So I want to say that his offensive line is still trash, but it's recyclable trash. But let me start with Cam body breaking down. Let me tell you something. My coach used to tell us all the time, if you can't go, let somebody know. So if Cam is injured, now I know somebody's going to be like a 60% Cam. A 60% Cam got to be better than 100% Derek Anderson. You don't know because it's a shoulder injury. So I don't know. I should have looked it up. I don't know for sure if it's Cam's throwing shoulder. But if it's a 60% chance, if Cam is 60% and it's his throwing shoulder that's jacked up, he's not better than 100% Derek Anderson. So if you can't go, let somebody know. Let somebody know. Now, listen, I love Cam Newton, bro. I love Cam Newton. But Cam Newton has, like you said, last season was terrible. After that Super Bowl, it seemed like Cam Newton, I don't know what happened. It seemed like he cared more about his interview, his interview clothes than he do about playing ball. And that may not be true. But to me, it looked like Cam cared more about that. Cam Newton he's never, ever been an accurate passer. You can say the same thing about Michael Vick. Never been an accurate passer. But you want to know what you always got from Cam? Cam, when the game was on the line, you can't deny Cam was a winner. Cam, he win. Cam win. He just looked like a shell of himself now. He don't look like the same guy. And I don't know. I know people going to be in this comment section and say that has a ton to do with injuries. So if you injured, you need to sit down. If you injured, then you need to sit down and just sit the rest of this season out and give yourself a whole year to heal. Yeah. Give yourself a whole year to heal. You figure they got a better. They still trash. Listen, I'm an offensive line guy. I love the O-line. His O-line is still bad. They are still bad, but they better than what he had. Mm-hmm. They got Christian McCaffrey. Spade, you called it. Christian McCaffrey, we spoke about this off camera. To me, Christian McCaffrey is a third down back or a wide receiver. They never run Christian McCaffrey through the tackles. They don't. And ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But they got Christian McCaffrey, and Cam seemed to be getting the ball to Christian McCaffrey ASAP. He throwing the ball. He getting it out of there. If I'm not mistaken, Christian McCaffrey last game, he had 10 catches. He had 10 catches. But Spade, I don't know. When it's time for Cam to throw the ball down the field, it's not looking good. Like I said, he never was accurate. But he's missing throws by a man. Kelvin Benjamin murdered, like almost got him killed. Almost got him killed. I don't know. I don't like what I'm seeing from Cam. I want Cam to either say, "Look, I'm injured," and sit down, or he definitely gotta change his game. He gotta change his game.
I didn't know that man been in the league for 7 years. Like, time flies, and let's face it, Cam ain't changing his game. Like, you don't do something for.
But then Spade, he gotta sit down. He gotta sit down.
But this is what I'm gonna say. I think this is what you have to ask yourself when you're contemplating playing through any type of injury or ailment. This is what you have to say. Am I willing to hurt myself for the betterment of the team? I think that's a fair question to ask. But if you're hurting yourself and the team still trash, well, I mean, damn, like, sit down somewhere. To me, that's a no-brainer. I don't know that Cam is injured. I don't know that Cam's body is breaking down. Nobody.
I mean, that's what they're saying, Spade. Oh my gosh, he's dealing with so many injuries.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
I'm with you. My thing is this. I don't know that Cam's body's breaking down. I don't know that he's injured. We couldn't tag this comment to a name. We don't know who the hell said it. It could. I don't know. It could be fictitious as hell. You can talk to Cam today. Cam could be like, I feel fine. The fact of the matter is, Stewart's washed. Stewart's washed. I'm sorry. Let's be honest. Stewart is washed. McCaffrey doesn't look like he can run through the tackles. Once again, we're not knocking McCaffrey. He's a
ain't nothing wrong with being man. There's been a ton of guys that had long careers in the league being third down guys. Look at guys like a Eric Metcalf. Like there's numerous guys we can name that they play running back and then they transition to a wide receiver. McCaffrey is definitely a dynamic guy they should try to get the ball to. Mm-hmm. Definitely a guy they should be trying to get the ball to. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they're working to get him the ball. Like I said, I think he had 10 catches last week. He had 10 catches. So they're getting him the ride. But I just continue, Spade. I just don't know what's their issue. Like I said, the offensive line is bad. The defense don't look as dominant as it once did. And I don't know, man.
You letting people go. They're not necessarily re-signing big names on the defense. They already lost Norman. They lost
Coney
Ealy, who basically tried his best to be the MVP of the Super Bowl.
If they would have won, to me, Coney Ealy would have been the MVP if they would have won the game.
You got Greg Olsen injured. You got Kelvin Benjamin injured. You got Cam not looking good because
the other rookie receiver they got, Samuel, he's injured. He's out.
It's like I'm not for teams tanking, but at this point, Carolina, it might be best to just pack it in, bro. It might be best to just. It looks bad.
I know Cam Newton has too much pride to say, I'm hurt, put me on IR. Let's put Derek Anderson. I know you got too much pride to say that. But, Spade, I'm looking at Cam Newton injury list right now. It is his throwing shoulder. It's his right shoulder. And he has an ankle injury.
Yeah, man.
Last year, right shoulder. Last year, right shoulder. Week 15, right shoulder. Concussion. He was out week 16. That wasn't injury related. Probably they sat him. Week 2014 back. 2014 back. 2014 ribs. 2013 ankle. It's just injury after injury after injury after injury. And now it's his throwing shoulder. If you can't go, let somebody. I mean, Spade. I think they won the game. What was it? 6-3 or 9?
It was something like something crazy. 9-3. Yeah, it looked like a damn baseball score.
Something crazy like that. And if people, I'm hard on Cam. Because I expect Superman. I expect the guy we seen. I expect that guy. So when I'm looking at Cam every week, I expect to see the Cam Newton I know. But if you're injured and you can't give me that, and people telling me I think Cam might be 60%, well then he need to sit his ass down because we need to get the other 40.
Everybody else is hurt. Like one of my biggest pet peeves, and then we'll move forward after this. So I'm done after this. But one of my biggest pet peeves with Cam Newton since he's entered this league is for some odd reason, and maybe it's the way his camp wants him to be. I know his father Cecil is a heavy influence in his life, and maybe this is the way Cam was taught to be. And I respect it, but I don't like it from Cam in this situation. Cam is a company man, and by that I mean he defends the Carolina Panthers whether they're right or wrong. When they don't put the right amount of talent around him, he defends them. When the O-line is trash, he defends them. Now, this is what you want in a leader. So I'm not upset that he does that to the cameras. If I'm Cam, I say everything he's saying to the cameras, I say. And then I go in that damn locker room and I light somebody's ass on fire. That's what I would do. And even with this situation right here, this team is beat up. They beat up. Yeah. They injured. Cam, Cam, you might be 100%, bro. But if you're not healthy, G-Reg ain't on the field. Benjamin ain't on the field. Samuel ain't on the field. Norman's traded. Elite, man, sit down. Don't kill yourself for this franchise, bro.
Especially when you can have a much longer career. I heard Spade. I heard Tony Gonzalez said Cam Newton need to get back to what Cam Newton was doing, running the ball, back to them power sweeps. He needs to get back to that, and that more than likely that's going to cut his career short. He said Cam Newton may be one of those great quarterbacks for 10 years instead of one of those great quarterbacks for 15 or 18 years like a Tom Brady. So Tony Gonzalez said that soon-to-be Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he did yet, but soon-to-be Hall of Famer, all-pro tight end, said Cam Newton needs to get back to how Cam Newton was playing and running them power sweeps, which I never agree with. You don't want your quarterback. I don't want to hear he's 260 pounds. He could take the beating, because clearly not. I just ran off a list of injuries since 2013 that Cam Newton has been going through. So clearly he can't take the punishment. Once the hits start piling up, Spade, I said on this show numerous times, every time you get hit, you see a flash. Every time. Yep. Anybody that played football that say that's not true, they lying and they didn't play. Every time you hit, you see a flash.
Yep.
You see a flash. So, soon-to-be Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez said Cam need to get back to himself and he'll just have a great 10-year career instead of trying to be a pocket passer and changing his style of play and be a 15 to 18-year guy. I don't have the answer. I didn't play in the pros. I don't have the answer. I just know I want Cam to, like I said, he's never been an accurate passer. I just want Cam to get back to his winning ways. And some of that could be Cam. A lot of that could be Cam. And a lot of that could be that organization. Because like you said, Spade, I agree with you 100%. Cam is a company man. Don't really complain about a lot of things. Maybe he do. Maybe he do in the locker room. Maybe he do the ownership. But I know I would be flipping tables in Carolina.
You ain't never
about the protection that they have surrounded him with. There's no reason a guy of Cam's stature should be getting rushed the way he's getting rushed. They show a clip of Cam, and then I'm going to shut up, Spade. They showed a clip against the Saints where I'm talking about the guy came screaming through the A-gap. It looked like a Madden play, Spade. I complain about Madden all the time, how it was a nano blitz. They nano blitz Cam Newton in real life. Nobody picked it up, and Cam had to roll. Of course, Cam made a play. He rolled out and turned something into nothing. Turned nothing into something, and still made a positive game. But I would be flipping tables with the offensive linemen they gave me, and the weapons they surrounded me with. Because aside from KB, and thank God for Greg Olsen. Thank God for Greg Olsen.
They gone.
Thank God for him. But the weapons they surround Cam with is not enough. It's not enough.
Nope.
It's not enough.
I
will be complaining to the top of my lungs.
Yeah,
and if it's not working with me, if it's not working with me being a company man in public and complaining behind the scenes, it's time to start complaining in public.
You ain't never lied. He should have started bitching when they didn't keep Steve Smith. Everybody thought they had got KB to be an addition to what he had with Steve Smith. It was going to be Greg Olsen, Steve Smith, and Kelvin Benjamin. They got Steve Smith up out of there. KB's been battling injury since he got there. Anyway, let's move forward.
We can move on, bro. I just want Cam to get right. And if you can't go, let somebody know. That's what the coach used to tell us. You hurt? If you hurt and you can't play, then you need to let somebody know. Because you ain't doing nothing but hurting the team. Yep. Let's move on, bro. Speaking of injuries. It was a Thursday night game. It was the Packers versus the Bears. Solid game. Big, black and blue division. Them boys was out there hitting, Spade.
Yep.
But one of them hits may have been illegal. I want to get your opinion on it. Danny Trevathan made a hit on Devontae Adams. Looked like he lowered the crown of his helmet. Hit Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams was carted off with a head injury. Turns out he had a concussion. When they was carting him off, he did the thumbs up. You already know that's a great sign because, whenever it's that type of hit, you seen his mouthpiece fly out. You seen parts of the helmet break off.
Yeah.
It was just an ugly hit, man. And you pray for guys in that type of situation because you play is not the worst. The worst meaning paralyzed or anything worse than that. But Danny Trevathan kind of, people was complaining because the Bears kind of got up and was kind of celebrating. I didn't think they knew Adams was hurt at that moment.
Somebody had picked up the football. They thought they would recover the fumble.
Yeah, I'm just telling you what I read, homie. But Spade, I want to ask you: do you think the Trevathan hit on Adams? Do you think it was a dirty hit?
I got a complicated answer to this. I say yes and no. And let me take a deep dive. That type of play that Trevathan made, it happens every Sunday, and it's never flagged, it's never whistled, and I don't like it. Now people gonna say this one right here is dirty because he led with the crown of his helmet, and he did, and by definition that's a dirty hit. It's an illegal hit, and I got a problem with it. But every single Sunday, you see plays where somebody goes to the ground and somebody comes running in the shot late and just kind of dive into him. And I always say, why is that legal? Like, that person is clearly down. And I argue with myself. I said, maybe, they always say it's a bang-bang play. We're talking football. We're talking the biggest, strongest, fastest athletes on the face of the planet. And maybe you can't pull up, right there. But I see it a lot. And what made this play look bad was Adams was wrapped up. Like, it was over. Granted, I don't know if the play had been whistled dead or not. And he wasn't technically on the ground, but it was obvious that play was over.
His forward progress was stopped.
It was over. But I'm telling you, man, that hit that Trevathan made, if you watch football this NFL Sunday, you're going to see a play where somebody goes to the ground, like, it's a tackle play. They go to the ground. Somebody's going to run in the shot late, and they're going to dive right into him. They're going to dive right into him. It probably won't be crown or the helmet first. It'll be face mask first, or it'll be shoulder first. But at any rate, the person is down. They do it all the time. So the only reason why this one looks worse is because he led with the crown of the helmet. It was a big boom, and like LePere said, all type of stuff that's supposed to be in the helmet came out of the helmet. But to me, I don't like it. I don't know if I want to call it dirty, but I think it's an illegal hit, and I don't like it.
I agree with you. Now, I played football for damn near half my life. Spade, and when I tell you, you see this hit right here in practice. Like, you see this all the time. The problem is the leading with the crown of your helmet. We used to watch a guy by the name of Chuck Cecil, Spade, and it was rumors.
My guy.
The guy used to always lead with the crown of his helmet, and it was rumors. It turned out it wasn't true. But it was rumors. People thought Chuck Cecil got kicked out of the league for spearing.
Yep.
They thought he got kicked out of the league.
Yep, I did.
They thought he got kicked out of the league. But, Spade, I don't think Danny Trevathan is a dirty player. I think this play right here was a dirty play. He didn't have to lead with the crown of his helmet. Forward progress was stopped. I know football is a game of seconds. Everything happens so quick. And I'm going to tell you what I think is going to start happening. His forward progress was stopped. Danny Trevathan was coming in. He led with the crown of his helmet. I think it was a dirty play. I don't think Danny Trevathan is a dirty player. I don't think his intent was to go hurt Adams. But what I think will happen, I think once officials even if they think your forward progress is stopped, they're going to blow that whistle. They're going to blow the play dead to stop things like this from happening. And that's going to take away a lot of plays, Spade, because, sometimes a dude get held up like that. They fall on a guy's body and they spin off, and then they get up and take off. And come to find out, we look at the replay, he wasn't even down.
Yep.
But that type of play will be blown dead to stop things like this from happening. I'm glad Adams is all right. He sent out a tweet saying he's at home, he's fine, he can't wait to get back with his teammates. I want to just say get healthy. It was reported that he had a concussion. Of course, I mean that it was a devastating hit, helmet to helmet. It's just crazy. But I agree with you 100%. You see this play a few times a game, not even just once, like a few times a game.
Yep.
You see it a few times a game. But it's the leading with the crown of the helmet. If he would have led with his shoulder, probably would have still hit him in the face mask, but it wouldn't have been as bad as leading with the crown of the helmet. I think it was a dirty play, a dirty hit rather. I don't think it was a I don't think he's a dirty player. That dude, he's a solid back in the league. And you don't really hear too much about people being like, man, that Danny Trevathan. Now, we used to hear a lot of things about guys like Rodney Harrison or Chuck Cecil or guys like that. I just don't know what the NFL is supposed to do. Like you said, it's bigger, stronger, faster all the time, and they only getting bigger, they only getting faster, and they only getting stronger. You look at the little running back from Penn State, the dude only like 5'9", 5'10". He squat like 600-700 pounds, man. Oh, yeah, so they only getting bigger, more stronger, more faster. I don't know what the NFL is supposed to do. Football is a game of seconds. That hit happens numerous times during the week, during the game, and I don't know what the NFL is in a real dilemma. I told you, Spade, numerous times off camera, if I had a son, I wouldn't allow my son to play football. And that's my favorite sport. I love that. I love that sport. But I wouldn't. And it's because of things like that, man. It's the inevitable. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get concussed. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I'm just glad that Adams is okay, man. I'm pretty sure Trevathan would be fine as well. I don't know. People was calling for Trevathan suspended. But it wasn't. But people was calling for his suspension, Spade. They should be suspended. Do you think he should be suspended?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I think it was an illegal hit. So whatever you do for an illegal hit, you should do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think his intention was, I'm finna go hurt Devontae Adams, but it was an illegal hit. So you punish it the way you punish an illegal hit, I think.
People are saying, yeah, he should be suspended because he should have been kicked out that game. That's what they're saying.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think he should just be fine. I don't think he should be suspended, but that's just me. I'm still a football player, but I don't think he should be suspended, but definitely a nice little hefty fine. I mean, Trevathan got bread. Fine him a little hefty fine. I'm good with that. We can move on, bro.
All right. LePage, you know what's coming up?
What's coming up? NBA season? Oh, Lord.
Top 5.
Oh.
This is bad news for you, bro. You don't do too good in these.
Bro, Andrew Luck is hurt. He hasn't played a game this year, and he still looks better than Big Ben.
Only to you and whatever his mama name is. Only to y'all. LePage doesn't do very well in this segment, man. Maybe we got new listeners, LePage. Let me let them know what's going on. I'm pretty excited. This is a very exciting time of the season.
Hey, you ain't even had Kyrie on your list last year.
Bro,
by the way.
Bro, I'm editing that out. Okay? So just save your data. What we do leading up to the NFL season as well as the NBA season, we give you guys our top 5 going into that year. Now, let me tell you how deep this is. This is really nice. You're going to like this. We don't just look at the stats and say, well, last year, this was the top 5 producing players by their efficiency ratings. So these, that's boring. We don't really do boring here on this show. We do exciting. So we do look at the numbers, but that's not the only thing we base our opinion off of. We do the eye test. Now, all you analytical guys, y'all forgot about the eye test. I don't care what the numbers say sometimes. When I'm looking at this guy, he can play. Or when I'm looking at this guy, he can't play. So leading up to the NBA season, we're going to give you guys our top 5 at each position based off of a few things. Their numbers, our eye test, and almost a little bit of a prediction. Like maybe a guy didn't have a great year last year, but we're expecting a breakout year from those players this year. Those are the rules. Now, you are more than entitled to share your opinion. You're more than entitled to debate our opinion, but you can't tell me that I'm wrong. Yes, you can. You can tell me I'm wrong. I don't even care, as long as you're respectful about it. We're going to start this year's top 5s off with the center position. Hey, this position right here they're endangered. It's an endangered position. They trying their best to make centers small forwards. Huh?
Can I use Shaq?
Can you use Shaq? Bro, it's got to be people in the league right now. What are you doing?
Oh. I thought I could put Shaq up there. So I can't put Shaq, Hakeem in them?
This is why he don't do good at this segment. Any new listeners, man, just when he's talking, you can listen. If you want to daydream. When I'm giving you my top 5, pay attention because I'm on fire with this. LePage, you're on the hot seat, bro. You know how we do it. You give your 5th, I give my 5th, all the way down to number 1. Leading into the 2017-2018 NBA season, who do you have for your number 5 best center going into the league, and why?
You want to know what's crazy? When I got to 5, Spade, I was like, yo, 5 was kind of tricky for me. It was kind of tricky. I want to say honorable mention, and this guy could have been in my top 5 if he gave me a better sample size, but honorable mention goes to Joel Embiid. I think
absolutely
what Joel Embiid instilled in Philadelphia, and I know trust the process, but when Joel Embiid was on that court, man, amazing. Joel Embiid looked like if Joel Embiid gave me a bigger sample size, he would be on this list. He would definitely be on this list. But I need more. You can't be on this list and you give me 30 games. You can't. But Joel Embiid, I'm watching you this year.
Okay.
At number 5, and Spade, I don't know if this guy made your list. You probably don't even like this guy. But I'm gonna go to Utah and I'm gonna go Rudy Gobert. Now I know Rudy Gobert offense isn't crazy offensively challenged, but I like what Gobert brings me on the rebounding side, definitely on the defensive side with the blocks. I love Gobert, and to me, Gobert probably gets about 10 to 15 points a game, but he's a monster on the glass. He's going to get me 3, 4, 5 blocks a game. I think Rudy Gobert had a triple-double with blocks in the last year. Give me Rudy Gobert at number 5. Give me Rudy Gobert, number 5.
It's a part of me that want to flame you right now, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to defend your pick. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. First of all, if we're taking defensive bigs that really don't have any offense and can't really create for themselves, then we should be going Hassan Whiteside, who's got triple-doubles with blocks numerous times. But,
Spade, when I tell you number 5, let me talk. When I tell you number 5 was tricky, it was like Gobert, Embiid, Whiteside, but sometimes Whiteside take games off, Spade. That don't sit well with me.
I'm gonna defend your pick. I'm gonna defend your pick. The reason why I'm gonna allow you to go Gobert over Whiteside is because Gordon Hayward just left Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, now I know they just picked up some new pieces, but I think they're gonna look for Gobert to give them a little bit more on the offensive end. So I'm gonna excuse that mistake by you. Now.
So you're just going to ignore the Whiteside taking games off? When we just look at Whiteside and he just look like he don't want to play?
Hello? Breaking up.
Okay, go ahead, Spade. Give me your number 5.
Now, my honorable mention, I got 2 honorable mentions.
Okay.
I also love what Joel Embiid did. Joel Embiid surprised me. I did not expect that guy to be that talented. I didn't expect him to be that skilled. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the Valley Yoga reach. If this guy continues to show what he showed us early and continues to improve on that, I think he could be the closest thing to Hakeem Olajuwon that we've seen. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
And one more thing on Joel Embiid before you go, Spade. Hold up.
Go ahead.
Joel Embiid also wanted to be in the games crunch time. Like when the game was on the line, he wanted the ball. And that's saying a lot for a big. You know, a lot of bigs be like, get this crap out of my hand. I don't want to take free throws. I don't want to be in the game. And Joel Embiid want that. He want that. He embraces that. So, man, Joel Embiid has a bright future if he can just stay healthy.
I agree. His footwork is phenomenal.
It is.
Once again, a very small sample size, not only in the amount of games that he played, but even when he played, he had minute restrictions. Like LePere said, it was one game in particular where Philadelphia went to OT, and even though he wanted to be on the floor, which I don't give him credit for wanting to be on the floor, I think every player should want to be on the damn floor, but they didn't allow him to. Like, he had reached his minutes. Hey, we don't care if we win or lose. You reach the minutes, you out of here. And I have an issue with that. That's not necessarily his fault. I mean, some of it is because he's the guy that gets hurt, but I need a little bit more. My other honorable mention, I had this guy in my top 5 last year against a lot of people, and I want to talk about Vooch. I want to talk about Vucevic, Nikolai Vucevic down in Orlando. I like this guy. This dude is a walking 2010. But the only reason why I didn't put him in my top 5 this year, I don't know what Orlando got going on. They got quite a few bigs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know what his usage rate is going to be. I still think he's a great center, especially offensively. I just don't know what his usage rate is going to be. Let's get into it. My number 5, you guys are not going to like it. I really don't care. Stay with me for a minute. And number 5, I'm going Brook Lopez. I had Brook Lopez in my top 5 last year. I'm going to tell you why he's back. Man, I got the starting 5 for the Lakers. Let me pull it up, man. I thought, yeah, I got it right here. Let me give you the starting 5. Lonzo Ball, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Stud.
Okay. Brandon Ingram.
Stud.
Julius Randle and Brook Lopez. So if they feed
Stud, they call Julius Randle Lil Brian.
Man, let me tell you something. Brook Lopez, the best offensive player in that starting 5. If they feed Brook Lopez, 22, 23 a game for Brook. You heard it here first. Brook Lopez, number 5 best center going into this league. Watch. People don't know Brook Lopez was nice, bro. He played in Brooklyn. They didn't get a lot of TV time.
Bro, I love Brook Lopez, man. I love Brook.
I'm ready to defend my answers.
By the way, I was trolling about the Lakers when I was saying stud, by the way.
You better say it, because they going to come for you.
No, okay. I was trolling. But I'm not mad at Brook Lopez. I like Brook, man. Brook been getting it done for a long time. Rolo greater, though. Hashtag Rolo greater.
You see how
I mess with Brook.
You see how Brook. You didn't even get a reply on that? You see that? All right.
So you want me to give you my number 4?
Now I got to go 4. And then it goes back to you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
My number 4, man, this goes to show you that when I make mistakes, I come back and I get it right.
You better, because he better be on the list.
I spent the entire year last year telling you guys that I ain't know the difference between Nurkic and Yurkic. I thought they was the same person.
He better be on the list.
I once was blind, but now I see. You better go out to Denver. You better give me some Nikola Jokic or Jokic or whatever you want to call this guy. The man is probably the best passing big in the league. He can score. He can play defense. All he needs is the ball. He is definitely a top 5 center. I have learned from my mistake. Give me some Jokic. At 4.
Hey, we agree at number 4. I was about to say, if my homie Nikola Jokic ain't on your list, if he ain't on your list,
I learned.
Bro, when I tell you Jokic out there passing the ball like a point guard, he can shoot the rock like a guard. He has handles. He can play with his back to the basket. He got a full course meal in his game, and he give you some appetizers. But at number 4, give me Jokic. When I tell you, that's why they moved Nurkic. That's why they moved him. They got to get this guy on the field. Another guy, though, got to continue to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, they just added Millsap. You gotta watch out for these Nuggets. I think Jamal Murray out there. They got Gary Harris. They got Millsap. They got some players out there. They got a Hernie Gomez too. I think he's a small forward, but the dude can shoot the ball like crazy. So they definitely have some weapons out there. If they can get it together defensively. And I think Millsap will probably help with that for some veteran leadership. Tell guys where they need to be, where to rotate, stuff like that. I think Millsap would help that. I can see the Nuggets making the playoffs. I can see them making the playoffs.
Oh, definitely. Me too.
See them. But at number 4, definitely give me some Nikola Jokic. Jokic is a beast.
Can I ask you something? You think it's a coinky dink that him and Vooch got the same first name? Because I don't. Get you a Nikola. These Nikolas can hoop, bro.
Whoa, Spade. I love Vucevic. I don't like Orlando.
No,
I want Vucevic out of there.
I'm saying a foreign big named Nikola gonna be a baller. Get you one.
Yeah, they going hoop.
Man.
They gotta. Man, if Orlando don't get Vooch up out of there and just start Bismack and the other 32 bigs they got. Just start them. They're going to start a big at point guard. You watch. Man, let me tell you something. At number 3, Spade.
Okay.
And the only reason this guy he's down a little bit is because when I was doing my research, I looked up something, and I didn't like what I seen, bro. I didn't like what I seen. I didn't like what I saw, Spade. But at number 3, I'm going Karl Anthony Towns. He's from Jersey, by the way. I'm going Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, definitely one of the best bigs, regardless of age. You know, he's definitely one of the best young bigs in the league, but he's one of the best overall bigs in the league. I love Karl Anthony Towns, but when I was doing my research about Karl Anthony Towns, Spade, I found out he is one of the worst defenders in the NBA, which shocked the hell out of me. Shocked the hell out of me. You look at Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns went on the stretch when he was averaging like 25 and 14, and I was like, man, this kid can be the damn MVP of the league. But I want Karl Anthony. I want more defense from Karl Anthony Towns. Now maybe he's slacking defensively because he's asked to carry that load so much. Offensively, especially in the previous years. They done added pieces over there. They got Jimmy Butler over there. I mean, Jimmy Butler, you know he's going to bring defense. Adding Jimmy, Taj Gibson, Thibodeau, and they going. Karl Anthony Towns going to play defense this year. So Karl Anthony Towns right now, of course, he's from Jersey. He's my number 3 center. He's my number 3 center on the top 5 centers in the league right now.
Okay.
Give me some Karl Anthony Towns.
I like that. I did not see that piece about his defense. That's pretty interesting, though. I thought he was a pretty solid defender. I'm going to have to watch more closely. At number 3, man, I'm going to a guy who once upon a time was known as somebody else's little brother. He was big. He was kind of doofy. He looked goofy. When you looked at him, he looked goofy. You know what he did, though, bro? He changed all of that. He made the reputation where he was of the 2 players, he was the brother that was a little dirty. Would throw a bow. He took that big doofy frame and he made it a little more lean. He got physical. But then he did something that shocked everybody. He took his game outside and now he got a 3-ball too. I'm talking about none other than Marc Gasol. The big man over there in Memphis that was once traded for his brother. They used to know him as Powell's little brother. Now they say he might be, ain't no might. He's the better of the Gasol brothers. I got him at number 3, man. Marc Gasol is definitely still a top 5 big in this league. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. And let me give you my number 2.
Okay.
My number 2, man, I got Big Cat at number 2. I did not know about the defensive thing. I really didn't. But honestly, I don't know that it would have changed my opinion for the reasons you just said. You playing with Tibbs, you're going to play some defense. Or he going to run your ass in the ground one. Or he going to run your ass in the ground either way. So you might as well play some defense. But also, if you look at the way things are going, nothing in my mind tells me that we're going to see a worse Big Cat in 2017, 2018 than we saw in 2016, 2017. He definitely got an up arrow. He's young. That's what's so crazy. He's young. And he's top 3 big man in the league, depending on who you ask. I don't see him getting nothing but better. I got Big Cat at number 2.
And he's from Jersey. You forgot that point. He's from Jersey. But, man, I ain't mad at Big Cat. Like you said, man, he's only going to get better. And another thing, like you said, Tibbs do run you in the hole, so that probably was tired and was like, the only place I can get a rest. Because at one point, Levine ended up getting hurt. But Levine, Wiggins, and Big Cat and Rubio was playing like 38 to 41 minutes a game, which is just insane. So, yeah, Tibbs will run you in the hole. He will run you in the hole. But at number 2, I'm going to go with Marc Gasol for all the reasons you stated. Like you said, Big Mark was a banger. He had his back on you, lean. You got all that sweat all over. You be like, man, I don't want to, you know what I mean? But he was nice in the post. Big Mark said, you know what, I'm going to slim down a little bit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go outside and I'm going to get this 3-ball. And that 3-ball wet. And the crazy, let me tell you why I have Marc Gasol number 2, Spade. I have Marc Gasol number 2 because you look at Memphis and they shouldn't be in the playoffs every year. You look at that roster. They paid all that money to a guy named Chandler Parsons. They start Tony Allen, who can't do anything offensively.
Right.
You look at that roster and you be like,
how are they getting wins?
JaMychal. Yeah. You look at JaMychal Finley is their power forward. Mike Conley was injured last year. And you be like, how is Memphis still getting dubs? They beat Golden State last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I mean, you look like, how are they getting these wins? You want to know how? It's a guy named Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol he's been consistent ever since I think he won a Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Marc Gasol has been hella consistent. You look at that Memphis roster, they shouldn't be making noise, and let alone be a playoff team. They shouldn't be making noise in the West, let alone be a playoff team. And that's because of Marc Gasol. Mike Conley's been in and out of the lineup. Tony Allen starts at 2 guard. Somebody say that to yourself. Tony Allen is just starting 2 guard. You know what you're getting from Tony Allen defensively, but they don't even defend him offensively. They don't even defend him. And you got guys. It's because of Marc Gasol. So Marc Gasol is my number 2 center on this list, and I think we both had the same number 1.
Yes, sir.
And that's none other than DeMarcus Cousins, man.
Yep.
Bad attitude and all. And I know people gonna be like, but all the tech. I don't care. This guy gonna give me 30 points a night. This guy gonna grab boards. This guy gonna give me passion, and that same passion, probably gonna get him ejected a couple of games. But you want to know what? If I had my choice to start a team with a big right now, give me DeMarcus Cousins, the most skilled big, in my opinion, in the league. He can do it all. He can do it all. And now he's out there shooting threes. Give me some Boogie at number 1.
Now, I'm not going to say I don't care about his attitude. If I'm not mistaken, his attitude is the reason why I didn't have him at number 1 last year when I made this list. But I think, and granted, it is a somewhat small sample size, but I don't think we saw that same crazy acting out DeMarcus Cousins once he got to New Orleans. I don't think I saw, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they got the right mix down there to kind of control that. Maybe put them down there.
Maybe it's just getting out of Sacramento. How about that?
Maybe it was just getting out of Sacramento.
Sacramento make everybody crazy.
Yeah, man. Maybe Sacramento air make you act the fool. Who knows? Who knows? But one thing is for sure. We got a chance to see DeMarcus Cousins in a whole different light. That man was laughing and dapping it up with folks. Man, in Sacramento, the beat writers was afraid to even walk in the locker room after the game. You never knew what you was going to get. But it seems like being in New Orleans has done him some good on the attitude side of things, and nobody ever doubted him in terms of skill. Like, if you know anything about basketball, you ain't never doubted Boogie's skill. Ever. Yeah. Ever. So that caps off our top 5 centers list. Next week, we're going power forward.
We want to go next, bro.
We got to go power forward. Got to.
Yeah, I guess PG's got to be last.
Yeah, save them PGs for last, B.
All right, so we're going to go power forward next. If you guys are watching or listening, you could tweet us, email us, leave in the comment section down below your top 5 centers in the league. Let us know. Now, I know it's some good young bigs. You got Miles Turner out there. It's a ton of guys. I mean, like I said, Joel Embiid, I need a bigger sample size. But Whiteside, of course, if Whiteside want to play, he's a dominant big in the league. He's a dominant big.
Facts.
But leave your top 5 centers in the comment section down below. Spade, you ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
We got a pick'em game. We didn't have one last week because we didn't like any of those games. Spade is up 2-0. Technically, it should be 2-1 because I know
3-0.
I know if we would have had a show the week the Cowboys played the Giants, he would have picked the Giants. I would have picked the Cowboys, and I would be up 2-1. Check the tape. Check the tape.
You killed me. You don't know who I would have picked.
You would have definitely picked.
You don't know me, bro. You don't know my life story.
So it's 2-1. Check the tape.
Wait, it's 2-1.
Yeah, because I would have picked the Cowboys and you would have picked the Giants.
It's 3-0.
Bro, we didn't have a game last week. How was it 3-0? It's only been 3 weeks of NFL, Spade. The other week we didn't have a game. So it's 2-0. It's 2-0.
We picked the WNBA game one time and I was right. Go ahead, bro. We'll just say 2-0.
Got a great pick 'em game.
That makes you feel happy.
Yeah, it do. We got a pick 'em game this week, a good one. It's the Detroit Lions. They playing the Minnesota Vikings. Both 2-1 teams, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they playing for the division lead. Let me look at the standings. But Spade, talk to your boy. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Who are you picking? Who you going with?
You know what? I've been very, very hard on Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford fans been all in my Twitter mentions, man. Good grief. If Matthew Stafford fans was like pretty women, I would have options galore. Matthew Stafford fans have been getting at your boy. Matthew Stafford led his Detroit Lions on an amazing comeback attempt against the Atlanta Falcons. And when I tell you they was this close, this close to beating the Falcons. That can't sit well with Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford ain't all right with the way that last game ended. And I think you're going to see a fiery, upset Detroit Lions team. And I think they come out and take care of business. And I don't even think it's close, bro. I don't even think it's close.
What?
Nah. I'm talking something like 28-10. Detroit. That's what I got.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, man.
Get me some SCO. Get me some Minnesota Vikings, babe. We was up here talking about Bradford and Case Keenum, and we don't know. And Case Keenum went out there and dotted everybody the hell up.
He really
Case
did.
Keenum went out there and dotted everybody the hell up. And you want to know what? That Detroit Lions defense, shout out to my homie Whitehead. Whitehead went to my high school, won a championship for my high school. Shout out to the little homie. But that Detroit Lions defense is about to get dotted up. And they're going to get a lot of that Dalvin Cook. Believe that. So give me some Minnesota. I think it's going to be a closer game than what you said. I'm calling I'm calling 27-21 Minnesota. 27-21 Minnesota. Give me
Just out of
somebody.
curiosity, how many rushing yards you got Dalvin getting this week?
Oh, definitely over 100.
50.
No way, Spade. Stop.
Can't run the ball when you behind. Can't run the ball
Stop
when you
it.
losing. All right.
Stop
Heard
it.
it first.
He gonna get at least 90 yards.
Let me tell you something.
They like to throw it out the backfield a lot too. So he gonna get 90 yards rushing, but he might have 150 total yards. Easy.
We don't give fantasy advice on this show, but I feel so strongly. If you got Dalvin Cook in your lineup, you better sit him. You better sit him.
Wow.
50
wow.
yards.
Spade giving fantasy advice though.
I just felt compelled to do so. It just hit me out of nowhere, bro. That's never happened.
We're talking fantasy. How your fantasy squad doing?
Let's go ahead and move on to the next segment. Injuries, bro. Injuries, bro. That's all I got to say. Injuries, man. Injuries.
Okay,
Last segment of the show today, man. We call this segment
I'm in first
Strong
place,
Arm
by the
Performer of the
way.
Week.
In case you was wondering, I'm in first place. If you was wondering, I'm in first place.
I got standings. I see the standings. I saw it. You know that, right?
I mean, I was just making sure because I didn't see you nowhere. Like you.
The race is not over, my brother. The race ain't over.
Okay.
We call this segment the Strong Arm Performer of the Week. It's where we give what we call the Heisman of Podcast Award to a male or female who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory from the previous week. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this award. I'm thinking about renaming it, LaParis. Have I told you this?
Oh, Lord.
Now, hold on.
He's strong-arming the new name.
I'm thinking about naming this award the James Harden Award.
Oh, Lord.
Because James Harden always raised his level of play to ensure that his team get the victory. He's won it more than anybody else. You've given it to him about 5 times.
That's because of you.
You've given it to him about 5 times. I've given it to him about 10.
Spade, you gave it to him more than 10 times, bro.
I said about 10,
He had about
bro.
140-something shows. You done gave it to him about 89 times.
Wow. LaParis, sir, you are on the hot seat. Can you tell us who your Strong Arm Performer of the Week for last week was and why?
It was an easy choice, bro.
Oh, Lord.
It was an easy choice.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm going to go, you know what? It was a tough game, and a lot of people were saying, the Cowboys, you guys are washed. You guys don't have no defense.
Wait. So this is a fan pick? That's what we're doing? It's a fan pick?
No, Spade. Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
Sound like a fan pick.
The guy that's getting my Strong Arm Performer of the Week lead the league in sacks. He had 3 sacks versus the Arizona Cardinals, and that's none other than DeMarcus Lawrence Taylor.
Oh,
DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence.
Taylor on that name ever again.
DeMarcus Lawrence had 5 tackles, 3 sacks. But you want to know what's a crazy stat that's not really a stat? Quarterback pressure, Spade. He had 9 quarterback pressures to lead the Cowboys to a win over the Arizona Cardinals. And DeMarcus Lawrence, for that reason, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, that's cool. That's
Spade,
a fan pick.
what?
I came to you. I asked you like a man.
Spade,
was it a fan pick?
The kid was suspended, and he lead the league in sacks now, Spade.
Yeah, he does. I mean, that's true. It sounds a little bit like a fan pick. Just a little bit.
It's not. The kid played phenomenally. He was unblockable, Spade. Did you watch the game? He was unblockable. You couldn't block him.
I watched Red Zone. I saw a play or two.
Well, that was the primetime game, so ain't no way you red zone that game. You should have been watching that.
I watched Red Zone. Let me do my job, y'all. I'm not gonna have a fan pick right here. I'm gonna get this thing.
I know it ain't no Dolphin because they lost to the Jets.
Bro, nobody didn't ask you that.
Spade, I know it ain't no Dolphin on that list.
All right, that's real petty. That's real petty and immature. I take this segment seriously, y'all, and what I'm not about to do is sit up here and just give it out as a fan. I'm not gonna do that. I'm on the clock right now. This is serious.
Your team got to win for your team to get it.
Shut up, bro. We had an off. It was a bye week.
I bet.
Anyway, I want to give this award to a man who has had the weight of the world on his shoulders. It was weighing him down. People was calling him trash. People saying he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. That's what they were saying about this guy. And sometimes all it takes is a vacation. Sometimes, like the wise philosopher Lenny Kravitz say, you want to get away. And this guy flew away to London, and let me tell you what he did. I'm talking about Blake Bortles.
Oh, Lord.
244 passing yards, 4 TDs. His team put up 44 points against the Baltimore Ravens. People be telling me Flacco's elite. Flacco and his team put up 7 points. 44-7 was your final score. Blake Bortles said, get off my back. Give me my props. 4 TDs, 244 passing yards for that performance. Blake Bortles, you are my strong arm performer of the week. That's how you get them haters off you, bro. Get them haters off you. And that ain't no fan pick right there, y'all. I'm on the clock. I take this serious. I can get up here. Somebody in a Dolphins uniform did something right. I ain't have enough time to find them, but somebody had to have done something right over there. Somebody.
The team lost. They didn't win.
Somebody did something. Jay Ajayi got hurt. It wasn't him.
Let me say this. It's something about Blake Bortles going to London. When Blake Bortles play in London, he be having good games.
Yeah, man.
The Jags need to move to London.
They need to be the London Jaguars.
They do, because when Blake Bortles go over there, he always have a good game. Always. I don't know what it's about, that London air, about them being over there in London. But Blake Bortles plays well in London, which is just
bro, I just thought of something.
What?
We should start doing our debates in London, so maybe you could win some.
Oh, Lord.
I mean,
see,
I'm trying to help.
Shout out to DeMarcus Lawrence for helping the Cowboys get that dub.
Have it your
Everybody
way.
was like, play Jay Ajayi. He's going to have a good game. The Jets. And the Jets was in their stadium like, Jets.
Nah, they was spelling it wrong. Jette. Jets. They can't even spell Jets.
Listen, man. It's been a great show, bro. It's been a great show. I want to thank everybody for watching or listening. If you new here, bang the subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. Also, hit that little bell up there. It's a little bell up there. Let you know as soon as these joints is live. It gets you that notification to your phone or your device to let you know, yo, it's a new Strong Arm Sports. I need to tune in right now.
Facts.
So click that little bell. Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
I've been looking over here to see if some Dolphins did something good in Devontae Parker. If I just wanted to be a fan and just give out a fan pick,
it was a garbage touchdown. It was a garbage touchdown, Spade. It didn't matter.
He had 8 for 76. He had 8 catches on 10 targets. That's way better than what Dez put up. You know Dez ain't catching that many.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Just saying.
Wow.
I just want to let y'all know I'm not petty like that. Blake Bortles is deserving of my award. Had to let my co-host know if I wanted to be petty, I could have found a Dolphin to give it to. But I'm not that type of person.
Your team has to win. Did the Dolphins win? Yes or no?
Oh, you're right. The team do have to win. We made
your
that rule.
team has to win. The Giants
lost
to the Dolphins lost to the
Woo!
Jets.
You hear that fan in him? He over there taking shots at the Giants. The Giants ain't got nothing to do with this. That's how you know he in fan mode right there. He said the Giants lost. Man. Get us out of here, bro.
They lost too, though. They did lose. They did lose on a 61-yard field goal. I should have gave it to Elliott for kicking that field goal.
See?
But anyway,
straight fan.
I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all for watching. As usual, if you don't want to watch two dudes arguing in the box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes. We was in the 60s again on iTunes. You guys are amazing. We can't thank you enough for your continued support.
Facts.
And we'll see you guys next episode. We out.
Peace.